Hi everyone, my name is Colleen from Property Lim Sisters. Today I'll be happy to share with you my analysis for the up and coming Newport Residences, a freehold development close proximity to Tanjong Pagar MRT. As we all know, this is located in District 2 itself, and being in the prime location, there isn't much comparison to begin with. So with that, let me share with you in District 2 itself. In total, right now, there are about 20 developments in this location. And if we really zoom down into freehold, there's approximately 6 developments that are freehold in tenure. But let's take a look in terms of the performance. Should we, in fact, go for freehold? Why pay a premium for it? So with that, let's take a look at the 10-year cycle. This is a chart that I've done up since 2015 till now, a 10-year span between freehold and 99. If we take a look at the chart itself right here, for 99 years, in fact, we see a growth of 11% over the span of 10 years, but a 38% difference, a growth for freehold itself. So which means to say in general, freehold would be better. And we talk about profitability, we talk about capital upside. I would say freehold is definitely a better choice based on this chart. But not forgetting, this is a general chart of District 2. So with that, I have put together 2 developments as a comparison. First of all would be Skysuites at Anson. This is a 99 years leasehold, TOP in 2015. And at the same year, there was a freehold development, Spottiswoode 18, that also TOP in the same year. So let's put time to test right now. If we take a look in terms of Spottiswoode 18 as well as Skysuites at Anson, the location is not too far apart from where Newport is up and coming. In fact, Spottiswoode, if we take a look at the proximity to MRT, in fact, it will be slightly further away to the upcoming Circle Line MRT. However, Skysuites, on the other hand, is definitely slightly closer towards Tanjong Pagar MRT. And bearing in mind, Skysuites is 99. So what would be your guess? Skysuites having a better profit margin, or would it be Spottiswoode 18? Right, so for some of you who have guessed it right, freehold does a better profit margin in terms of these 2 comparison, which means to say earlier from the general chart itself, it is evident that freehold performed better in District 2. And in this context in particular, Skysuites at Anson has increased about 3.65% since day one the owners have purchased in general. Spottiswoode 18, on the other hand, see a whopping 14% increment in terms of profit margin. Together, I have put in another 2 developments to test. One would be Spottiswoode Suites and another will be Wallich Residence. Some of you may be thinking, why would I want to put 2 different products? When I talk about product, it really means 2 totally vast differences because we all know Wallich Residence is actually a integrated development, having direct connectivity to the MRT, to the malls, to office, as well as the residence itself, all in one. Whereas for Spottiswoode Suites, it's not so close to the MRT. I mean, there's also walking distance, but again, it's freehold. Do people really care about this freehold title that much? So again, let's take a look. For Wallich Residence, we all know it's 99 years leasehold. Okay, again, if we take a look at the increment, it would be 10%. Whereas for freehold, Spottiswoode Suites will be close to 16% in terms of the increment itself. So with that, I think we've got all 3 charts showing us that freehold does better in District 2 itself. So now let's take a look what exactly is Newport Residences. Newport Residences is actually just the residential bit alone. Together, they have Newport Tower, which is on the lower levels, and together combined is called Newport Plaza. For residence itself, it will be from 23rd floor all the way to 45th floor. And not forgetting the developers are definitely CDL, one of the most reputable developer in Singapore. And with that, there's a world-class architect, which is Nikin, as well as ADDP. Right, some background about Nikin Seke, they have done a lot of award-winning and especially iconic projects, not just in Singapore, but all over the world. So this is something worth taking a look if you are looking at something iconic. Now with that, I think Tanjong Pagar is kind of saturated. Usually when we talk about Tanjong Pagar, we refer to what office buildings, nothing else but office buildings. So where Newport is located is actually a former Fuji Xerox location. It comes with also an unblocked view of the Greater Southern Waterfront. And if we take a look in terms of the commute itself, it's of course within walking distance to Tanjong Pagar MRT, Prince Edward Circle Line, as well as Cantonment Circle Line, which these two will be ready somewhere next year or so. And a little more information about Newport Residences itself. In total, there's 246 units in total. And like what I've mentioned during the first part of this session, it is freehold in nature. All right. And of course, the highest level will be 45-story high. Unit mix, there would be one bedroom, typically for investors, and all the way up to the four-bedroom premium as well as super penthouse for those who are looking to work, live, and play within the cities. And let's take a look at where the traffic would be. Basically, the entrance and exit of the basement car park would be along Burnham Street. And for the drop-off point, it would be from Anson Road itself. Something to highlight also would be the different levels. Although residents start from level 23, but there is actually slight differences from 23 all the way to 34 itself. Why? It's because if you take a look at this part that I have circled, there's actually 3 units on the top, 2 units below. However, as we go up higher, the developer actually chose to combine the 3 units into 2, which means to say there will be larger floor plate itself and 2 units combining into 1. And like what I've mentioned earlier, usually people would associate Tanjong Pagar with buildings. But let's take a look at how tall the buildings are surrounding Newport and whether we will be able to clear to get a very nice city view as well as an unblocked sea view. So you can see over here for the residential stack, for Newport itself, approximately entry at about 115 meters. Okay, and of course on the upper stacks above level 35 would be at 161, which means to say we would already clear off buildings such as OCBC campus, ABI Plaza on the left. However, if we're talking about Anson House, Realty Center, then it might be a bit tricky. We probably need to go above 35 in order to enjoy both unblocked city and sea view. And of course, if we're talking about the front itself, there's not too much of an issue because it's all clear all the way towards the city, towards the sea, sorry. And let's take a look at the level itself in perspective. I would say 35 would be a clear goal for lots of city, unblocked city view. And for sea view itself, of course, we are facing towards the AIG Shenton Way. Again, if I were to refer on these above slides, it will be this building on the right itself, but front facing, it would be cleared. All right, so just to share with you, city view, sea view. Okay, and this is definitely the view that the developers have taken on level 40 itself, on the city itself, and the full sea view on the front. So you can see the port has already been cleared all the way to Tuas Mega Yard. So definitely you will get a very nice Pulau Brani as well as Sentosa view. An artist's impression of how the drop-off point will look like for Newport residents, Newport Tower, I would say. And like what I mentioned earlier, remember on level 35 and above, the developers would actually combine some stacks together to create a larger floor plate. So this is the one over here. On anything that is level 23 up, as we can see right here, there's 2 stacks of 1 bedroom. Same thing goes, 2 stacks of 1 bedroom. However, if we go up onto the upper level, this becomes 1 stack of 1 bedroom, and it now combines to 2 bedroom as well as 3 bedroom. Same goes for stack 13 and 3. two of one plus study, and above 35, they have combined it into a three-bedroom plus study. Now, on to the facilities itself. I think the developer have done it very well to actually have the pool on the sky roof gardens itself. And not just only pool, they do have something where it's really exclusive, something that is shelter. I've never seen it before. For some of you who may have been to Wallich Residences, you realize that it's actually unblocked. It comes with a cascading kind of pool area. But this, I would say, is quite unique, that is kind of enclosed in that sense to actually prevent strong winds from coming in. Sky Club, Sky Gourmet, where you can barbecue, have gatherings right here, enjoy, of course, the unblocked sea view. Sky Club on level 34. So this is about 10 floors lower. There's, of course, gym that you still enjoy the view right in front of you. Vista Lounge, Vista Gourmet, as well as the social garden. So these are just some of the artist impression for you to take a look. Nevertheless, yes, the end product will not differentiate, or it will not differ too much from what you are seeing. And on different spots itself, there are definitely some sky gardens, where residents would be able to enjoy pocket views of the city as well as the sea. So there's going to be two show units. One will be two-bedroom and another will be four. So just to highlight to you with regards to the bedroom itself, on bedroom 2 and the master bedroom, it will come with full height curtain wall where you would be able to enjoy unblocked sea view. This is what you'll be seeing when you visit our show flat. And importantly, I feel that the materials are really nice because nowadays developers do not give marble flooring anymore. However, for this developer, they are providing marble flooring even for the two-bedroom itself. And of course, for the bathroom, it will come fully fitted with toilet bowl, rain showers, handheld shower, and so on and so forth. And we come with large format tiles. Bedroom with engineered timber flooring, which opposed to a lot of people giving vinyl nowadays. Four bedroom, again featuring one of the larger floor plates so that you can really visualize yourself having a family in there, or what I mentioned earlier, which is the work, live, and play environment. Although if we could see that this is oval in shape, but I would really applaud that the developer and the architects have really done things very well, that you still get kind of a rectangle bedroom and a very, very squarish living area. So again, you would be able to enjoy how the space would be like down at our show unit. And again, like emphasize again, marble flooring. All right. Satin glass for the kitchen area itself. Fully fitted bathroom. And importantly, again, the engineered timber. All right. So with that, let me just share a little bit more in terms of the detailing. Of course, some people will say, hey, details are not important because what we really want is the location, the freehold tenure, the price point. But I think it's still important to emphasize that today I do get some clients who ask me whether there would be dishwasher. Okay, so for the one bedroom to three bedroom, unfortunately, there would not be any dishwasher. Four bedroom will come with it. Next thing also to emphasize would be the washer cum dryer. For one to three bedroom, it will come with washer cum dryer. However, for the four bedroom, it would be a standalone. And not forgetting home system, everything's all controlled by apps right now. Okay, booking, payment, intercoms, visitors, everything all through app. Okay, and something to highlight will be Newport Residences offering premier residential services. Of course, we all do know that services like this do come at a cost, at some cost, but I really thought that this developer is really nice to put in such, little details that it creates convenience for the residents living. In summary, as we all know, like what I've mentioned from the start, CDL being the developer, Nikken Sike being the architect, okay, and of course there's unblocked sea view, city view, freehold tenure residents start from level 23. It comes with also the premier uh, residential service on demand. Okay, and of course, we talk about layouts wise, really squarish, comes with marble flooring. And of course, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about facilities. Um, I would say I'm really impressed with the roof garden having the pool right there, where you can really enjoy all the unblocked views on the roof garden itself. Last but not least, again, prices are not out, so please don't quote me. But if I were to take um vicinity prices, okay, developments that have already been launched, we talk about Union Square Residences, something similar to what Newport is offering, where there's again close proximity to MRT, there's some shops, there's also service apartments and things like this. As we can see, Union Square itself has already transacted at tops 3007, almost 3008 PSF. Canning Hill Piers 3005 PSF also already transacted, done deal. And not forgetting, these two developments are 99 years leasehold. And next, if we talk about within Tanjong Pagar area itself, there's another development by Alibaba. It's called Skywaters Residences. Sales hasn't been a lot yet. I think it's probably also due to the exclusivity on visiting the show flat. But if you realize in terms of PSF, it has already transacted at 6,500. And again, just to highlight, Skywaters is not a 99 years leasehold. So if let's say today you are the developer, how much do you think you would want to price Newport for, knowing that it's of close proximity to the MRT in the heart of Tanjong Pagar, and more importantly, freehold tenure? My guess would be somewhere in between, these two. As a developer, I'll definitely would want to price down such an exclusive piece, freehold development that is rare in District 2, not just in District 2, but in Singapore itself. Because knowing in mind, government land sales, you can no longer acquire any more freehold. It's all 99 years. If you have any questions on Newport Residences or even properties in Singapore, feel free to reach out to us. My name is Colleen. Thank you very much for watching.